Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make fondant baby shoes without molds. So sit back and watch. So for this project, you're going to need little tools like your adjustable ribbon cutter, your palette knife, your vegetable shortening aka Crisco, nozzle piping tip number 1, pizza cutter, your CMC, your rolling pin, and the shoe template. So I'm going to drop the link to getting these templates below. Make sure you check it out. That's the way you're going to print this exact template I made use of. So right now I'm trying to carve my template, my shoe template, with a scissors. My shoe template comes in different parts. We have the part A, part B, part C, and part D. So I'm carving out my part A. Now that's my part D. My part D is actually the sole of the shoe. You know, our shoes, I'm making 2 baby shoes actually. So we have sole A, sole C, and sole D. Then our B is the front of our baby shoe. Very shortly, I'm going to show you how you're going to assemble all of this in paper form before we start working with our fondant. As you can see, our part A goes round. Then we have our sole and our part B over that. So now we're going to start working. I'm working with ready-made fondant. So my fondant was made from home, not store-bought. It was made from the scratch, and I have to use that part of my hand to make sure my fondant is smooth. You're going to need your fondant in a circular motion to get very, very smooth fondants. You don't want to work with the fondant that has cracks all around it anyways. Almost there. We're almost there. Okay, perfect. So now we can work with this. I'll divide my fondant into 2. I'm dividing it into 2 because I'm making 2 soles out of it. That's my CMC. Your CMC is being put into the fondant to help your fondant get hard or stiffer really fast, especially if you're trying to work with molded structures. If you want something to stand, you make use of your CMC. So that's our first part for our sole. I'll roll a neat ball out of my fondant. Apply a little corn flour or cornstarch on my work table. With my candlestick rolling pin, I roll it out to the right thickness, between 3 millimeters to 4 millimeters thickness. That's what you need to work with for the sole of your shoes. I'll repeat the same thing on the second fondant. Remember, both fondants have CMC in them. Okie dokie. So we have both fondants equal. Perfect width. So now we are going to apply Crisco vegetable shortening at the back of our template. This helps your template to stick finely on your fondant without shaking when you're trying to carve it out, and it doesn't leave dents on your fondant either. So I'm making use of my pizza cutter. You could also make use of your palette knife here, but I work very well with my pizza cutter, and I'm using my hands, my fingers rather, to shape in the sole of the shoe. So I'm done with my C and D. As you can see, 2 tiny little feet sitting on my table. So now we are going to work with our blue fondant. This fondant was already pre-colored. I prefer working with fondant that has been pre-colored. It helps keep your work table clean, especially when you're going to work with white or any other light color. I added my CMC to my blue fondant, and I'm going to apply Crisco on my hand because my palm was getting really dry, and I need to roll this into a sausage. Rolling this into a sausage gives me makes it really easy for me to be able to get a good length, because I need it really long and not so wide but really long. So the best way to get long fondant is by rolling your fondant into a sausage. Okay. I think that thickness would work for us. Yeah. So I apply my Crisco or my vegetable shortening behind my template B. Remember, the link to getting this template is down. Just check the description box below. You're going to see it, okay? So this is for people who can't afford a shoe mold, or you have an emergency order and you can't seem to get one out of your cake shop or something. So you'd work with this. This is an easy way out. Make sure you follow the templates correctly. Trim out all the excesses. Adjust them. Do the adjustment using your palette knife. I'm going to repeat the same thing because I need 2 of that, so I'll do the same thing. Now I'm rolling a longer sausage. The first sausage wasn't this long. Now I need a really long sausage because our A needs a really, really long sausage. A is more like the strap of your shoe, of the baby shoes rather. So we have to make this longer than what we did before. Remember once in a while to always add corn flour on the top of your work surface, or a little shortening so your fondant doesn't stick to the board. You won't like your fondant sticking to the board actually. So try as much as possible to make sure your work surface is either applied with corn flour or vegetable shortening or something to help it not stay sticky to the board. Carve this out properly. If you feel more confident or more comfortable working with your palette knife at this point, please do. Like I said before, I work better with my pizza cutter. Now that's our nozzle tip number 1, and I'm going to use it to make holes. You see, tip number 1 is like the easiest tip to get out there. It's in every cake shop. That's what we use for writing. So I'm using it to make my lace holes on the strap of my shoes. And now I'm going to roll a ball. I'm rolling this ball to serve as a guide because I'm going to place the top of my shoe, the blue part, on this white part, like you can see. So I need something that would be very high and firm. I'll apply a little corn flour on the sole of the shoe. At this point, I would place the ball. If it's too big, you can easily reduce it. Depends on how high you want it. That's the flap of the shoe. Apply your little edible glue and place that to stand. You see why you need your CMC. The CMC helps this fondant actually stand easily. After checking if the strap would be able to go as round as I want it to go, making little adjustments here and there, I apply my edible glue around. Edible glue is so easy to make. Your edible glue is just little CMC and water. The water should be more than your CMC. Now I'm going to roll a sausage again because I need to make a strap round the sole of my shoe. Using my ribbon cutter, the smallest measurements, I'm going to cut this out. I'm still going to reduce it because it's too wide. I need something smaller. After getting the thickness I need, with my palette knife, I'm going to make shoe imprints on it. At this point, you have to be very patient because you need it to come out really, really nice. So I'm going to try and put this round. But first, always remember, before you stick something on, you apply your edible glue. So this fits properly. Then I'm going to cut it out with my pizza cutter. Make an adjustment here and there and let this stay very well. Voila. Okay. See, our little baby shoes are getting ready. Don't they look cute? Okay, now I'm trying to make the shoelace. The shoelace is the easiest part of your shoe. You just keep rolling with your fingers, the tip of your fingers. Make it as slim as possible, as thin. Get the thinnest sausage you can. It depends on how thick you want your shoelaces to be. Get the thinnest sausage you can. I'm putting this one at a time. Making use of my toothpick. You could make use of a skewer to push that inside. I've already applied edible glue to the holes already, so these shoelaces can easily stick and stay inside. Okay. Your toothpick makes it easier for this to sit inside properly. Okay, now we've done it for the other side, and we're going to place the shoelace. Oh yeah, I had to add an extra fondant under that because it wasn't as high as I needed it. So now you're going to place the shoelace across the flap of the shoe. Make sure you straighten it out when you're done. Don't keep it bent, just so you can see how it is. Make sure you straighten it. And that's how we have our shoes. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video.